What if I told you that booking a role on a show like Friends or The Big Bang Theory is kind of like winning the lottery? I mean, it looks like the most fun a person can have, but landing the role is the hard part, and honestly one of the hardest things an actor can do. It demands an elite level of skill, and the payoff is, well, pretty big. And today we're breaking down why landing a role in a multi-camera sitcom is a life-changing jackpot for a select few actors. Firstly, let's clarify what a multicam show is. It's basically a play filmed in front of a live studio audience, you know, like Friends or Everyone Loves Raymond, right? I'm sure you all know these shows. They have 3 walls, and the 4th wall is the audience and cameras capturing the action live. It's the opposite of a single camera show like The Office, which is shot like a movie and later assembled in the edit. In a multicam, the performance is a live, high-wire act with no safety net. Now, this format demands skills that many actors work their entire lives to hone, and that only a select few ever get to master. I mean, comedy acting is fucking hard, man, which is why those with a huge amount of training often have a leg up, unless you're absolutely cracked in the talent department. The first skill is heightened naturalism. You have to be, I guess, big enough for the 300 people in the audience, but also still feel real. After all, you are acting for television. It's an incredibly delicate balance. Then there's rhythm. I know this is something that I struggle with, particularly as an actor doing comedy scenes. I mean, a lot of comedy writing it's almost like a piece of music. There's a certain pace to it that you not only have to match, but your scene partners too. Patricia Heaton said a sitcom is like a musical. There's a specific beat to the lines you have to hit. Director James Burrows famously turns his back to the actors and just listens to dialogue, purely to make sure the rhythm is right, because a few extra ums or moments of dead space can absolutely kill a joke. To prove you have these skills, you have to survive a grueling audition process. And I know me and my fellow actors out there, we know that the audition process can be pretty daunting and is downright scary sometimes. Casting directors are looking for a comedic athlete who can handle live show pressure. And since networks pour millions into these shows, the roles often go to established actors who are already a sure bet. But still, the pressure is immense in the audition room. There's no audience, it's just like, what, a dozen people just staring at you, and you have to perform with the energy of a live show in a total vacuum. Even imagining the laughs and holding for them to prove that you understand the rhythm. And it's rarely just one audition. As a lot of you guys in the industry know, it's very rare to have only one audition. The callback process is a marathon of 3, 4, even 5 auditions for a single role. With each callback, you're performing for more executives and testing chemistry with other actors and all sorts of things. I mean, they have to be goddamn sure that you won't crumble under pressure, that you can handle last-minute script changes, and that you have the stamina for long-ass shoots for years to come, potentially. Many brilliant dramatic actors fail to make this jump. I mean, it's kind of like asking a world-class marathon runner to compete in Olympic gymnastics. They're both athletes, but are using completely different muscles. By the way, if you're finding this breakdown useful or entertaining, please consider hitting that subscribe button, and if you can, like this video. Every single one helps. So, you have survived the gauntlet and landed the role. Why is it like winning the lottery? Well, first of all, it comes down to the life-altering money, and second of all, the career-defining stability. Being a regular on a multi-cam sitcom is probably one of the most lucrative jobs in the TV industry. By the final season of Friends, the main cast each made $1 million per episode. Ray Romano earned up to $1.8 million an episode for Everyone Loves Raymond, and Kelsey Grammer hit $1.6 million for Frasier. So yeah, the money's definitely there. But the real jackpot is the money you could earn on the back end. You see, when a show airs in reruns, the main actors get paid again and again and again. Warner Brothers reportedly earns billions of dollars a year from Friends, and the 6 stars negotiated a percentage of that, and they each still earn an estimated $20 million per year from a show that ended decades ago. I mean, that's an unfathomable amount of money. Yes, of course, it does depend on whether or not your show is successful, but hey, if you're able to strike it gold, you are set, baby. This also provides incredible stability. a steady 9 to 5 job for years is unheard of for an actor, and that level of exposure makes you a household name, opening doors to movie roles, endorsements, and the power to even produce your own projects. Everything all comes together to this, lottery win of booking a multicam sitcom. So the question that I've been asking, and the question that you guys are also probably asking, is how can us working actors get on that level? I mean, it seems incredibly difficult, but I picked up a few things along the way that may help in your journey. And just FYI, I'm by no means an expert in this field. I'm still learning, and we're all going through our own journeys, but I've gathered a few tidbits along the way. I think the first step is just to get on stage, right? Because multicam skills are forged in live performance. Things like improv classes, stand-up, or plays to get comfortable with live audience will surely, no doubt, develop that ability. And also just even little things like learning how to hold for a laugh and dictate your pacing based off the audience's reaction. Try to do is study the masters. Don't just watch these multicam sitcom shows purely for fun. Sometimes you just gotta analyze them, you notice the rhythm and the physicality, like Jerry Seinfeld, he commands the scene, just trying to figure out how that whole thing works. I mean, to be honest, Jerry Seinfeld is just probably built different, but still, one can try, right? It's kind of like a musician studying Mozart. Comedy acting, at least in my experience, is a whole different beast from drama, and it's something that I struggle incredibly with. And you really have to learn it and make it second nature. Analyze comedy scripts and figure out, where the rhythm is, what kind of joke structures they're using, whether it's just a setup punchline thing, or a setup joke, or a setup joke, bigger joke, you know what I mean? There's all sorts of things that go into it, but it's certainly something they could learn and practice. So, is landing a multicam role like winning the lottery? Well, considering the elite skill, brutal competition, and the life-shattering rewards, comparison fits. It's a rare ticket that demands a mastery of a very difficult acting form. And the format is still well and truly around, even though, in my opinion, it's kind of past its peak in the 80s and 90s, but hey, that's a topic for another video. People still crave that classic sitcom experience, and when done right, it creates a special magic, a shared laugh that feels like coming home, and I think a lot of you guys can relate to that. Alrighty, so if you want more content about films, TV shows, and how they're made, don't forget to like and subscribe, and also let me know in the comments below what are your favorite multicam sitcoms, but most importantly, are there any good recent sitcoms? And if you know of any, please let me know in the comments, because I am actually super curious to know, because I haven't really found any yet. Anyways, I'll stop yapping, and I'll see you in the next one.